winning pizza parties. You guys that were here 100 years ago, our enthusiasm, our parents they won everything. You know, I never went for 10 years without winning a pizza award at everything. And we haven't won one in we won one, but like in 2 years or 3 years. And that's going to all of Billy's events. So that says something about the culture we are raising now. Are we separating too much? You know, are we not communicating enough? Are we saying the word Ohana and everybody's like, oh yeah, Ohana, but are they really feeling it? You know, like Billy said too, everybody says family and Ohana. That seems to be everybody's trait, but I don't think they have Ohana. I do think that's specific to us, and I think we own that in all the meanings that go behind it. So I still like it's family, but I also think, you know, the excitement of coming in, the excitement of doing your job, the excitement of coaching a kid, you know, having to laugh together when a kid's driving you insane instead of bitching about them and calling them names and, you know, saying I'd rather shoot myself in the face or whatever we say, you know what I mean, to it, and I've done it too. When we start putting our minds to that way, or even our parents, oh God, there's the parents. Well, parents are going to always come with kids. And at the end of the day, we see it direct. It doesn't, the parent will convince the kid to go where they want him to go. Eventually. The kid can convince the parent to stay for a little bit. But both parties have to be equally satisfied to go. So we've learned that just winning, because we've had an extremely successful season across the board, gymnastics, cheer, last couple of years, nothing but good results, didn't keep our customers. It didn't change our end result. It didn't change our numbers. And so I do think it's that we've got to promote, we've got to show that fire, but we've got to feel it personally. You know, I can't tell y'all, be excited to come in. Let's all, like, aren't you happy to be here? And, you know, and everybody go, you know, at you, it's like, I can't tell you, and a fake smile is a fake smile is a fake smile. Kids are the smartest thing on earth. They know you're phony baloney. You can fool a parent easier. You cannot fool a kid. So, you know, unless you want them to think you're full of beep, I would stop it and I would start getting a hold of whatever I feel. Because whatever we feel, whatever we want to that kid, whatever, you know, another kid is great and we tell them wonderful and they look like our best friend, other kids feel like crap because you're not talking to them. You know, favoritism, whatever we think, nothing matters as much as how that kid leaves feeling about themselves when they leave this gym. If you have the need to say something, I don't care. It's not about what we feel we need to say. It's not about what we feel we need to do. It's not about, even with the parents, how we feel they need to get out of our face. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's usually a very small group and they can drive you insane, and I will get to my stopping point along with some of y'all, and y'all know if we're all at our stopping point, we'll give it every effort, and there will be a time that we say we can't give any more effort. You need to go away because you're ruining our environment. And I have no problem doing that. But not until I know we've all exhausted the best of ourselves. And we aren't doing it. So, you know, we got to watch what we say about people behind their back, in front of their back, about other gyms, about other things, because then you make it true. And you're making people have an opinion about someone, and you've just solidified your opinion. And I think y'all most will see, very rarely will I say, oh my God, I can't stand that person. I don't know if I've ever really said I can't stand. I've said that was finally driven me crazy and I'm over the edge. But because I believe if I start saying it, I make it real. And I want to be hopeful that that person and I can make this work. So I usually will refrain from what I say out loud, because once you say it out loud, you're committed to that statement. You know, this is kind of a weird thing, but I wonder, and this is on all of us, that we've all said, and please no one recite this, that when kids leave us, go to Cheer Athletics or Spirit of Texas, that they don't learn new skills. They stay the same. We don't see anybody getting better. That is our opinion, and we can talk somewhere, but I was very interested in why that posting that you showed of one of our athletes that left this year that went there, and I thought about the social media, I thought about everything else. They put that one out on the screen to say, what have you learned? And back in my mind, they know we say that. Somebody told them we say that. Now the other side of that that's really frustrating, Wickham has film of her doing that skill here. And he taught it to her. So, but they can build you up and get things going, but we have to be at the bar ahead of it. And like Billy said, everybody says, oh, they're nice, they're really nice. And I've always wanted that so much, but I also, when he said we got to get our fight in the game, and that doesn't mean just competitive areas. That doesn't mean it can be, it can be preschool, it can be tots, it can be, all of them are competitive game. And every time we lose one kid, we actually lose 10. Because they're going to tell 10 friends, they're going to have 10 neighbors that say, where do you go to gymnastics? I'll go with you. Where do you go for cheer? I'll go with you. They aren't that serious about it. They just want to do something and they want to do it with their friends. So keeping their friends here. Thanks for picking everything up. No problem. He was not late.
Yes, intern Noah.
Yeah, so anyway, and then today was kind of interesting because Caitlin, me and Mark went to the Highland Village Business Association always has little breakfasts and lunch and stuff like that. This morning was a breakfast, and they have everyone stand up, and you have to say who you are and what you do in the room, which is great publicity and everything else. But man, after listening yesterday to everything, I probably worked an hour in my brain on my elevator speech. Okay, what am I going to do? Okay, I'm not going to say the same thing. I'm going to try to do it. And I was pulling from what everybody said, and then I got confused because there was too much I wanted to say, and I was like, that's the problem. Stop. There's only so much you can sell. And I still wasn't exactly happy with it all the way. I still wanted some other keywords that y'all threw out yesterday in it. But here's my elevator speech from yesterday from all of y'all. So I'm Julie Hutchins. I'm from Excite Gym and Cheer. It's up the road. And I just went like I said, but I would love for all of you to have the Excite experience. Just repeated that. I said, I'd love for everybody to have the Excite experience. So then I thought, okay, sell job. I said, even though we've done amazing in our competitive marketplace of gymnastics and cheer, once again, selling the whole gym, even though we've had a great season and we've won all these things, yesterday at our staff meeting, we really decided that what's our legacy, another keyword I heard, what do we want our legacy to be? And I said that at the end of it, that developing your work ethic, your character, friendships, your heart and soul is going to be way better than any trophy on your shelf. And that's what we hope to teach. And that was an elevator speech. That was good. You like it? But I liked it, but it was really good. This meeting happened. Things always happen for a reason, or maybe I make it that way because it makes me happy. But, it's kind of lined me up what I've done, and typically I've just sold something. And I think about how we need to change maybe, we're selling things, this for a discount, that for a discount, whatever. Maybe the selling isn't the thing. The selling is us. We know what we do. I know our preschool program. I know, gosh, the curriculum that Diane taught me 100 years ago and I brought to this gym is phenomenal, that Caitlin's taken on, and Stacy and everybody. Like, if it's done, right and with energy and fun and everything else like that, I know no one can touch us on that. I know what the cheer program's going, with the coaching and the talk behind the scenes, in front, for 40 hours after they leave the gym, whatever, and then the gymnastics and the heart and soul and how much everybody cares about that. And then the office, I know Patty stresses out and wants to be sure, we're all right. I know how much, effort goes into it, but nobody else sees where we're spectacular. But we have to be spectacular all the time. So I can't say, come to this gym because, and I did say, I forgot my elevator speech. It is always exciting. And close, no. But, we got to think of those keywords, and we got to be consistent in those keywords, and we've got to think of what's gonna sell us what we truthfully are. So I can't say come in and it's, sunshines and roses, and like Brandy said, people are yelling at kids in the back. They're on looking at their phone, they're talking to somebody while their class is over here. 100% involvement, 100% engagement, or find another job. I will not lower my bar. Not at all. And we had this talk, and I see your self-bar sliding sometimes. So we're going to talk about that because our bar can't ever slide. Like Brandy said, when you come in here, if it's not the happiest place on earth for you, you probably do want another job, and that would break my heart, but it would be okay. I don't want to drag anyone along. I want us carrying each other. You know, we're going to have good days and bad days, but we have to get each other through. And I will say, on office side, this first time, and it's funny because I know how much Patty tells everybody to say hello, and then you get nervous of what goes on when we're not here, and is everybody doing it? And I've not felt that nervousness before that I did feel in years past. You know, as soon as I walk out the door, does everybody go and sit down and go, oh, Julie's not here, it doesn't matter. You know, we can sit down and coach or do, or what, we don't have to smile or do whatever. But she said, Julie, I'm just going to tell you the first, and you won't like hearing this, so don't hit either one of them, because I don't know who did it. But she said, the last 3 times I've come into the office, no one said hi to me. She said, I used to walk in, and it was the happiest place on earth, and everybody was, hi. I walk down the halls, unless it's people that know me, nobody's like saying hi. So we've lost even just saying hi to people we love that are our easiest customers. You know, like she said, Blockbuster, we got to, scream it, but we also have to do the kids. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. Where were you last week? I'll ask somebody, like, hey, what about this kid? What's going on? They're dropping. No, I don't know. They haven't been in my class for 4 weeks. Why is that okay? I would be truly offended that you didn't even care that I'm paying you money and you don't care. And sometimes the office is trying to keep up, but then we're everything else, initiative. I don't want to, I feel like a lot of times I'm the driver and I don't want to be the driver. I want the initiative to be the driver because I can't catch all the balls. And we've got a great staff, so don't feel this is a beat down. This is a honest last rally, guys. We can do this. We've got to do this. But when someone hasn't been in your class, it should not be a question to me, well, do you want me to call them? If you care about your job, you care about the kids, you care about the business, that is a stupid question. Call, because you care. I don't care. And if you call and they say they've lost it, find out why, see what we can do better. We're not going to save every child, but at least show to that parent that we care. And the withdrawals, like I said, now that we're calling, is making great things. When someone hasn't been in your class, when someone gets hurt, get ahead of it. That is the biggest thing you can always do, and I know Brandy told y'all. Get ahead of it. Don't wait for the hurricane to hit. If that kid had to sit out in the class, we work for our customers. We can't be, well, yeah, they're going to probably be pissed off and find out, and I'm not sure if the kid's going to tell them, but I know what happened. Well, you better get ahead of that, because the kid's going to have a more convincing story than you are. And plus, too, it shows no compassion. Other thing is if anybody gets hurt, and this is probably one thing where I feel we're the weakest, is I don't care if they stand back up and go back to practice. I don't care if they say they're okay. That 9 times out of 10, that kid's going to go home and convince that parent they have a concussion, they got kicked in the face, they glued their teeth back in, and y'all put them back out there on the floor. Get ahead of it. Just call and say, hey, text. Susie fell, this is what we saw, this is what we said. It'll make a world of difference to the pissed off phone calls you get in return. So my goal is I don't like anybody pissed off at me. I don't like people mad at me. But also, I don't do it because they're going to get mad. I do it because I understand as a parent, and y'all do as coaches, that when you get them home at night and you have no one to talk to and find out what really went on, when they see their mamas, it all goes out the window. Either they love the sympathy, it's just because it hurt a little bit and mom is a really good comforter, or they were doing something wrong and they're afraid mom's going to be mad, so they're going to make it your fault first. There's a million reasons why we do that. So if we could get better at being initiative as opposed to anything else, and initiative with each other. When y'all are out there on the floor, when y'all are up there in the office, we have to be responsible, work ethic people. If we're wasting payroll, you're wasting everybody's payroll. If you're not greeting somebody, you're losing somebody. If you're not, smiling out there, being energetic, and you look like you hate your life, you're going to lose me 6 customers. So, even sometimes this is out of your personality range, and I understand that. Not everybody is, like Brandy said, the Julie Gaines want to go, and I understand that, but you got to be Julie Gaines. And here's the thing, too. We can't be hard on kids all day or all class and then let them go to the pit or let them play a game and think it's going to make it okay. It's not. They're going to remember the hour of whatever went on. and stuff. So, and like I said, it's so important that every child is talked to individually. That parent, whether they're counting or not, I think that the kid is counting. So I care a little bit more about how they're feeling, what the parent's feeling. But they're seeing that Susie got all the attention. And that's hard sometimes, because sometimes Susie's getting the attention because she's so far, behind, and you're trying to catch her up. Once again, communicate. Hey, you know what? I've got Susie, she's new. Can you be her buddy and help her, because she's going to be new learner. Hey, can the whole class help me today? Susie's new. We're going to help her. We're going to help her, show her where to stand. So you don't have to be a single coach or instructor. You get everyone bought into your plan. Hey, you know what? She's new. So the parents saying all they did was talk, and how many times have we heard that? To that one kid, and these kids are not as good as mine, and they're spending all their time with them, and that, well, get the kids engaged, and then you can make them feel good about it. Thanks, Susie. I'm going to tell you, Mom, Susie was the best new buddy to this new student today. It was amazing. We customer service has gone out the window. This is our life. This is our social. This is when we're standing, I saw two girls going on a walk together in my neighborhood, and they both had stopped and were standing back to back talking on their phones. And I'm like, why go exercise? Get off of it, and we want to train the kids too, because they are losing their communication skills at a rapid rate. They don't know how to talk to anybody, And usually if they do know how to talk to somebody, the only thing they know to talk about is about somebody, because that's the only thing people are interested in talking about. So, I do feel responsibility to get the kids, and the phones. One of the things in our gymnastic meeting, the parents said, thank you so much for putting phones away. That has been the best thing. So let's keep to that. Let's not slide on that. We can't be like, where are the buckets today? If it's not consistent, it's not real, and they'll stop doing it. So I really like what you're to put your phones away. You don't need to check your phone when you go for water. Period. You don't. The world will survive without you seeing socially what everybody else is doing. And so then they're each other's stuff. And I think we've all been working on that and trying. So so today that was kind of this is what I want. I want our fire back. I want our energy back. I don't want any of us dragging each other. I want us each lifting each other, helping each other, looking how we can work together better, how we can help each other be better, because y'all are the best staff. And Brandy, like I said, Brandy, when she says that and I say that, I mean it. But we can all lose it's a hard job, especially team. It's a heartbreaking job. It's a heartbreaking job. And especially it's a heartbreaking job. I have a lot of struggles balancing what goes on, and trying to figure it out. And I'm always a problem solver. I'm like, maybe I did this, or was that this, or could we have done that? And that's okay. We've got to problem solve and think, what can we always do better? And that goes back to the B word. We just got to be better every day and better than the rest. But we've got to be better at letting people know we're better, because nobody knows this but us. Best tumbling training anywhere, hands down. The skill training development, especially even low levels, and I'm talking tots up, gymnastics and tumble. I've been in gyms, and I know y'all have too. They just take those young kids, and they can care less. They don't instruct, they don't have curriculum. They just get them so they can get the older sibling or have them one day for cheer team or gymnastic team. So I do know we're better at all of that and stuff. And we do have so much we do with parties and fun stuff and everything else. But I think maybe too, when we do our description, we need to keep to our core. I think we need to start, and I've always been like, we do everything. We're a cheer and gymnastics gym. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't need to be just a cheer gym. We don't need to be just a gymnastic gym to be successful. Honestly, together, we're stronger because we're pulling from the best skills in both arenas. We've got the best staff in both areas. Why would you think that was a negative? And that is one of the biggest negatives sold against us. Y'all agree? Have y'all heard that? It needs to be just a gymnastic gym. It needs to be just a cheer gym and stuff. And I'm like, that's just insanity to me. And plus, too, there's a billion kids that go gymnastics to cheer or cheer to gymnastics or start off in preschool. And if we didn't have our core gymnastic preschool programming that's so good, we would not have cheerleaders here. Because, they don't start in that level. They start for gymnastics. You know, they don't start for cheer. They start for that, which I still think is the best thing for all kids because it's less boring. You get to go on bars, you get to go on beam, you get to learn balance. You know, it's like you're never bored. Let's go, 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 and then they can make their decision from there. All right, so with that being said, we're going to go around. Everybody just make up a B word. I don't care. And nothing nasty, Donnie. I just want a B word that'll be your, and I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. That'll be your trigger word for yourself to just be better. Hey,
Are we explaining the B word? Oh, yeah.
No, just get to say the word. We'll figure it out. B.
Mine too.
I don't know that many English.
I'll say
Oh, sure. It's hard now.
second language too.
Wait, you were the one that demonstrated yesterday. You're fine.
I don't know that many English words as well.
It can be a simple word. It doesn't have to be like, I'm not asking for
She's like bilingual.
12. Yeah, bilingual. You can say, and you can have your own, yeah. Word. She's like,
Well, you could say a word in Slovenian and we would not know if it's true or not.
yes.
Unless we use out your alphabet.
All right, you want to use your phones, you can use your phones. Okay, don't give in. Don't give in. They're going to look up these. They're looking at these. Oh, and by the way, for lunch today, we're having buckets of chicken.
And bad things.
What did you supposed to say?
Bunting is right. My word is bunting.
It'll make you smile every time you say it.
I've never even heard these.
I know, so let's.
Like they were on my
Sorry.
Yeah, same. That's because we're all like.
Everybody's
Going to the same server.
Okay, so I tell you what, when we come back, we're gonna break up in groups and start some working projects. So you can keep looking for your B. Let's go ahead and go get our food and plates, and then everybody, let me count you and tell you what your group's gonna be to start.
My stomach's like growling for like 2 minutes
So say
now.
1,
2.
Three. John, 4, 5, 6.
6.
1, 2,
2.
3, 4,
5.
6.
1. Who's 5?
3.
4. 5.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
4.
Okay, perfect. All right, so go get your chicken, and then come back here and do your circles as fast as you can, and we'll start. I think of your
Let's
favorite.
go first today.
Yeah, Blake. There's your word. There's your word. Oh, guys, the vending machine's open if you want drinks or soda. It's gonna be your word.
Your word
Thank you.
needs to be better.
Belligerent.
What'd you say?
Belligerent.
Oh, I think someone should use Babylonian.
Whatever makes you smile, Lori.
Actually, here's a word that I have no idea what it is.
That's a good one to use then, right? How do I always end up last in
B-I-A-N. Wonder if I touch it. Oh, it's gonna tell me what it means.
Boeotia?
Or relating to ancient Boeotia, or its people, or to the dialect spoken there in classical times. There you go.
See?
Balance.
Ah!
There's a fight.
That's a good word for both of us.
Is there a word that starts basic, like Charles?
Yes! You think that I was
Mine is boo.
Boom.
Very good.
Yes.
Bubbly.
I'm sure.
Very good.
Now, before I choose my word, this represents a switch in the mindset. Come in here and make sure you are on it. My word is bodacious.
You are going to be bodacious all the time.
Bubba Baloo's out.
Mine is bravo.
Oh, see, very good.
What'd you say? Bravo?
I like
That's Italian usually.
Free.
What?
Breathe.
Very properly.
I said bereaved. I was like, sorry. Wait, bereaved?
3 points.
Sorry for your loss.
Mine is benevolent.
Can I have a definition, please?
Benevolent is,
You said that.
you can kind of see where they're coming from, you can understand what they're feeling, you can relate to them.
It's also kindly and generous.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Patty's word is benevolent.
I was very
I need a little more
benevolent
of
to that upset parent during the phone call.
What's the origin?
It's a verb.
I believe it's in Macbeth.
Can I get a vowel?
That's good.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, I like it. John?
Beneficial.
Good. Benefit. Lori?
Big-hearted.
I like that.
That's actually two.
Oh, gosh,
I'm
Charles.
still gonna say balance because that's
There's a certain balance.
Maybe you should use bitter.
Let's go.
Use the word bitter. I'll just say patience.
20 minutes ago, you're like, we need to lift each other. Gina!
I didn't know about to be fit. No, I'm kidding.
I just feel like that for what I've been through this season, I feel like
That's
that's
a
a
good
really
word.
strong word for me to be able to balance being
Oh.
a fun, playful coach and for me to balance being a strict coach and just everything in general. Balance would be something that would be good
I know.
for
I
me
think-
to.
Yeah. I know, I think it's a really good word. And it's that word that you're gonna have to recite to yourself when you feel yourself getting off track.
Yeah.
So y'all may be saying it at the same time. That could be your key word.
Lauren, stop being crazy. Balance.
Balance. Noah?
My word is baller.
Okay, definition.
Like, just be a baller. Something that.
One who is at the top of the
Call
saying.
yourself a baller to like boost your stamina or your confidence. Not stamina. Your confidence.
Houston. That Sally want to be a baller, shot caller. I was gonna say.
I don't know.
Based on the Impala.
No, it doesn't even. What's your word?
Better.
No one really.
Just want to be better. I mean, I started mine with my word. Gotta be better, gotta be better. All right, so we're gonna get y'all and take your food with you. Getting ones, here, twos, here, make it easier, 3, 4, 5,
Looks like it's perfect.
I think I share with her.
Yeah. Thanks, Isaiah.
You take mine.
Did you say that you remember the chair went so much more while on the way to there?
So
You're circling up or facing
Oh, yes,
Pull in each other, just make sure we need this instead of rock. The NBA's already got the all Reebok copies that sold this year.
So if I
But anyway, that use the covered in tattoos, which is.
All right, so guys, next questions.
Because he was military.
No, we're gonna work as a group, so we're gonna do, what kind can I do to personally help build Excite's business and image? What can I do to hurt Excite's business and image?
Loaded.
Top 10 things.
I got a
Pins are up here.
Got good pen.
You got, my handwriting.
Animal cooking. No, Ian.
What can I do?
Can I do?
Someone's end up leaving. Yeah, kids.
It's the only thing I can think of. I'm gonna take her care.
Hey guys, I'll show y'all. I'll be right back.
One night, three.
I never want to wear.
There's 5 to red, 6 in the gray.
I don't know.
They just turn over the
So, is there something that was awesome to wear?
Think of my pen like
Outside, like,
We all look at it.
typical cheerleader
Is what
I wear it myself.
And that's kind of it's not like the gym.
Something more kind of.
Does it make sense? Yeah.
I don't know, it's not.
Talk about it. Talk about it. That's weird.
I don't think it's just you. Well, it is just you. It has been. It's the entire industry. It's
So that's something Marty do sometimes.
So just.
crazy.
Like, oh, we're on the phone.
It doesn't have to be so
Stronger.
You can use, you know, to wear your shoes.
I mean, that's the first thing going around my mind is like,
But when you're
here,
like the arm, the side could be the other way around. If I'm wearing
outside of the gym,
Just
like,
So, right.
Yeah.
there's half of
So for help, I'm gonna say.
Oh,
We wear Nike outfits.
So we can just leave it as to like branding, and not like better branding, like so, but that's what I say. Anymore to people if it's like.
Branding and representation.
Share, like,
Scratch down. Yeah, social media. Okay, hold on. Sell better clothing or sell better brand? I guess better branding.
I think you can do it.
I think
Yeah, like I
And then-
always still like share things for gymnastics. So like cheer.
baking.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like I'm not wearing.
Making it customer experience
You can say gym.
first impression. Just put good first impression. That's what I was gonna write.
Doesn't matter.
So get to know each other.
I don't really share pictures that I
Develop.
I didn't think we were really allowed to. Can I say okay.
Like,
Competitive. and
as far as shooting, being consistent with.
Training?
Yeah, training. Yeah, being
Consistent.
training.
Consistent training.
Yeah. I respect that slash your expectations. Having.
So we're just looking at
Said it like that.
what else did you say? Gray areas
Yeah.
Positive about Excite instead of negative about focus on our good instead of others bad.
Share social media.
It's about like how she's been talking about working on doing that's fine.
If you were writing, I would say.
Like being approachable,
Yeah.
and then they can talk to you.
Right, like.
We have like bad things that can be really.
They can't go to every coach because they might be, they might be, they might be that way, like.
I can't help it if a 7-year-old doesn't want to talk to me because I'm 6'3", okay? Alright? They just don't want to talk to me.
Just rushed on. I would say,
It's still dripping. It's.
yeah, I would say.
This looks familiar. You know, we just said, okay, talk negative.
Balance chart.
What's wrong? Yeah.
Don't want to be a card.
You don't want to be those people. It's important to be like, oh, that was good. This
kind of goes with
Oh, and like attendance.
attendance, yeah.
That's all she is.
Yeah.
Evaluations.
Cause yeah.
And if you're inviting your friends,
Put those fans on.
Over here.
I was just thinking that's
Part of the problem is really think holder and
Classes or.
Yeah, I was just large hair.
But favoritism has a lot of this one. There are no favorites.
Fixed trouble.
It's still all
I would say.
Alright, about 5 minutes.
Well, we kind of put that on this week because everybody. So like the way you say things. Sarcasm. Sarcasm.
We just talked. You're getting ready. This is apparently
Showing up on set.
Oh, yeah. Write it out, write it out.
Draw the
I've always.
drink, we need to not be.
I would just like ice something down for a second.
Well, actually, in front of the parents.
We can be out of control with ourselves.
Yeah, there's something, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of yourself.
Public image. I don't
You tell them to controlling, like being
Composure.
keeping your composure. Yep. Keeping your composure.
There's like something that poking me.
You just want anything that's
Let me ask you a question.
What did
We're done. Alright, where's lunch? Oh, you guys are still talking about sex.
It's like
And y'all can make up a hashtag.
Is it a?
I would say.
You just get all that practice that doesn't happen and you're like, got to have like
If you're done, start trying to come up with a hashtag for us.
It's like this long and
If you're done, start with
Who's like thinking about that was I mean, I guess.
John, there's something right, like we're talking about. It does have graphics on it. We put it in there.
Did you have it? Yeah. He knows what it is.
Yeah.
I know when I first heard that, I
The
was
way
like,
things are going,
I thought it's
the way things are going, you know.
It's like, no, you're not talking to me. No, I didn't know that. Are y'all discussing hashtags too? Our main hashtag.
Hashtag.
Well, is that what we're doing? I don't know what it is. People have not attached to everything, so I'm glad if that is, but we've got to make sure everybody in this room decides that.
Insight exclamation point or Honda? No, just insight.
I like that. You can't do exclamation points.
The word insight.
But can we not do exclamation points? No characters.
Everything that I post about the Gemini,
I haven't done it, but I need one more time today. Everybody's gonna sit outside. Meeting, whatever, let's have hashtag.
I've been hashtagging insight on
So now they're, so you do Red Revolution, you do Red Revolution, hashtag Excite on.
hashtag insight on.
So you just keep it if you want everybody, but as long as we keep Excite on, that's that follow us. Is that for reasons, is that for just tweeting, or is that for? I'm gonna have Jackie, Patty. We're gonna do a training class with us old people and get us Twitter. Alright guys, everybody ready? Everybody ready? Alright,
Get it, got it good.
got it good? Alright, so we'll go around the circle, whoever wants to, they're gonna start in the middle. Let's start in the middle.
Okay. So for positive, we have speak positively on social media. It's kind of obvious.
I feel like hopefully everyone's gonna have to say.
Talk to all your friends and neighbors about, especially if it's somebody that has a kid or that has a grandkid, or, you just never know who they interact with kids, even if they don't have kids. Personal appearance. That's just for you, Charles. Having a positive personal
No messy
appearance.
ponies.
Look at that.
Share, excite social media even when it doesn't pertain to you. So cheerleaders share the gymnastics one, gymnastics share cheer. John posts even about, preschool things. Share that even when it doesn't pertain to you. Ask for feedback from current customers.
Yes.
What's your class for group 3?
I like that game. I got goosebumps.
Expand your knowledge in your discipline or expertise.
It's a good word for be, right?
Act like you care, even if you don't. So on the days that you don't, still do. Always show up with a positive mindset. And
Very
speak positively to your competition, including like former teammates that might have moved on. So that was our positives.
I like it. Okay, we'll do all the positives and we'll go back to what could hurt.
Okay, we said to tell people we meet about our site and what goes on here and what we're about. To improve the consistency and quality of our social media, just making sure that when you look us up, you can find us. Posting more pictures with kids, like at meets and things that you do, and if you see them out somewhere, and posting that on social media. Not talking negatively on other gyms and talking positively about what we have going on here instead. So just not even putting other gyms in our mouth. Increase the community involvement as us, because you do so much. But if we could go out and do things like that also and show that it's not just you that cares about the community, it's everybody at the gym, and just like us taking that on as well. Building appropriate relationships with parents and athletes, talking to them and letting them know how everybody's doing, and having a good relationship with them, knowing our material and our e-times inside and out, everybody knowing what's going on everywhere in the gym, going to trainings and seminars to keep bettering ourselves, keeping things fun and keeping things honest.
Good.
That's very good. 2 claps for group 4.
It's Tourette's.
And I like that because I will tell you, community events. I mean, I do it because like I've always been raised it, and I believe in giving back to the community. But also, it probably is your biggest exposure over anything else you can do. And when you're at those people are watching. The staff have fun. Like we have the Highland Village thing this weekend, Noah and Ryan, and it really is. They want to see you have fun. They want to see people like enjoy, like excited, and it's amazing what you can get when they don't have to sign up for you. They get to observe you and then sign up for you. They like that a lot better.
Yeah.
So very good. All right.
Real quick, we talked about the example of that is like stuffing backpacks for kids that can't afford them, and having our kids bring stuff and donate stuff to where they're a part of it as well. And then that way, whenever the parents are talking to their friends, yeah, we're really in the community. Are you really? Yeah, actually, here's one of the projects we're working on, da-da-da. And the kids feel like they've really helped as well because they brought the stuff, and it really helps the whole
Marketplace more than anything else. Why are our kids not selling as confidently or as proudly or as diligently as other gyms? They're selling their product, their gym all the time. And it's not always truthful items they're selling, but there's something they get a really thrill of getting numbers. I don't know if it's they get huge kudos from if they bring someone in, or what goes on. But I know our kids feel it. The ones, especially the ones that stay, the ones, that they feel it, they think it. But for somehow they've not crossed over to totally. I think they've gotten better this year of realizing they need to be 100,000,000% confident when they say it. And then once they are, then everything will start coming our way. I mean, then it'll be, really your kids are going to be your best promoter. And would everyone agree, the other gyms' kids sell their gyms much better than ours sell ours. And I don't know if they feel like, we're not them. Well, no, we're not them. That's the selling point. We're us, and we've got all these great things, but for some reason, somewhere, and it might have been initially a few years ago with the big, where the kids were put down. The people that put down other people really are insecure about you, and they don't put down. You don't kick a dog that's down. You only you go after people that you're afraid of. You don't go after people you're not afraid of. So that anybody tries to make them feel bad was almost a bullying to make sure you didn't feel confident, bless you, and so you can go. So just realize we've got to be just as confident in what we're saying and doing, and like y'all all said in every group, we've got to sell Excite at every breath, at every turn, at every, if we really believe in it, we've got to be as diligent and be in the fight, like Billy said, because it is a fight. It's a fight every day to stay open. And it's not how I wanted to get into business, but we can look at it on a fun way, that it's a fight to get kids here because we know we'll do really good things for them. And they'll really be glad they came here. So it's not a fight for numbers and dollars and everything else like that, but it all plays into each other. You can't get away from it. So I think those are good. So now, what could you do? Does somebody have something? No.
Have we ever asked that of the athletes to do something?
I mean, I know I have, but y'all, that's a good question. The kids that were kids in this room, Jessica, Noah, Kristen, Stephanie, Hannah, Sydney,
Destiny.
Bailey.
Destiny would be nice.
Yeah, but she's being talked about now. She's cut.
Should you guys?
So y'all, that's a very. I want each of y'all to like. Y'all are in it. Advise us. We don't know what we're not doing, or we need to do better. So Kenny, ask your question again, Kenny.
Has any of the coaches ever asked of you to do something about promoting the gym or saying something to your friends besides like bring a friend day? I mean, I know if I'm not asked to do something, like take out the trash, I probably won't, unless it's really, really.
Shoot
I'll
a
let-
I don't think I was ever like told like, hey, like you need to go do this. But I remember like before Kristen and before Sydney and Noah, like they didn't cheer and I cheered, and I kind of was like kind of the reason that a lot of them got into cheer from high school cheer, because like I told them, hey, y'all should like come to practice, and then they would like Sydney came to Fierce practice, and then she was on Fierce, and so I guess no one really knows what that is besides like the main coaches, but like
No. No, but it was.
it wasn't like, hey, you need to tell all your Louisville friends to come to Excite. It was kind of just something that I wanted to do because I wanted my friends here. So what?
Noah?
I don't think I was ever asked to bring anyone, but being a guy, I knew a lot of like the guys at Louisville, so and guys are always like a gem to the gym because there's not many of them. So I wasn't really asked to bring guys, but I knew that that's something that I kind of had to do, or that I should have done, or I kind of did with Christian, but.
The uniform's still in the office.
You got that.
I
I
tried.
think it was like
I never got it.
it was
You never
almost like kind of like low key, like, hey, you should try and get some like Louisville friends to come to
Yeah.
practice, but it was never like, hey, you need to go bring like 3 people to practice, and it was never like a push, but it was like more of a suggestion. So
That's a really good point. Okay.
like the older kids are the best because they're the ones that cheer in high school, and then they have those friends that like only cheer in high school, and obviously that they could like bring in their friends for older teams.
To do the all-star.
I feel like last week we kind of really did push that. We were like every coach on every single All-Star team, at least just each year, was like, we're gonna make this whole month Bring a Friend Month. So everyone, you're gonna bring your friends, no matter what.
Yeah.
And like we were all super enthusiastic about it.
Well, just like that.
friends because just like
Yeah.
Literally
but
just like that.
But it's a good question because
But yeah, I
that we did it last week and we've
Yeah.
been in business for 17 years. It's eye-opening to me because I think we just maybe very good question. We assumed it. We
Yeah.
assumed they knew, so we need to be more direct.
I feel like we just kind of built a stigma that recruiting kids is bad because of the history with the gym, like with, I mean, not to bring up whole things, but like with Christy and all the recruiting that she did, and how much that negatively impacted us. I think it just built this, like, we don't want to recruit kids. You can tell your friends and we support you telling your friends, but we're not going to go and recruit and steal other people's kids because we've had that done to us and it was really hurtful. So I think it just kind of built up just this whole negative thing where even people that didn't know what happened, it was just kind of viewed as frowned upon because of it. Now, I'm not saying that now we need to go steal other people's kids, but we do need to be better about the friends that aren't in cheer, like the friends that we just got last week, that have kind of always thought about it and came in and did great, that we needed to recruit those kids. I think we just think recruit, in my brain, I think recruit like take from other people's, from other people's gyms. That's what I think in my mind, but it's not that same thing. But I think that's like where in the past where we haven't been like, go get your friends, bring your person, tell this person from this gym, and we just haven't done that because it was just kind of a no, we don't do that. Kind of, you know what
I
I'm saying?
I agree, because we went through a lot with that people don't know, and it really hurt, and we didn't want to be unclassy, and we don't want to ever be that person, and it's hard staying the high road. But so maybe it is bring a friend, maybe it is, anyone that's not cheering, even if they cheered somewhere else before, if they're not cheering there now, they're not there for a reason. So we need to, make sure that's impact. But I agree with you. I think it was a dirty word to us, and it wasn't anything we were doing, but we felt like we were maybe needed to stay away from. Kristen?
I just remember I don't really remember like coming to raft practice, but I think it was because like probably Jessica and I did gymnastics here.
Well, yeah.
I did, but I don't know why.
No, I wasn't really talking about you. I mean, I said you were right.
I feel like you like pushed me to come.
But like Kelly.
Yeah, mainly just like I came from LHS and like a lot of my friends were here and it was like really accessible and like I did cheer or gymnastics here before, so I was like familiar with a lot of people. So, but I remember y'all did like the bring a friend, but I don't think I brought a friend because it wasn't pushed. It wasn't pushed that hard. So I was like, just push it hard.
Oh, it's like a game.
Alright, Stephanie.
Well, I wasn't really asked to bring anyone, but I always wanted to. But I know like gym team is not really allowed to bring a friend on Bring a Friend Week. So maybe I know it's really hard for the coaches because if someone brings a new person, it just throws everything off. But maybe if they can do it once a year to help promote the program and everything.
I think changing.
And we have to do team, they're doing cheer separately. The first, I agree with what we're doing, too, that this whole month should be Bring a Friend. We don't have a lot we have to get done right now. So that's a really good point because they don't hit the regular marketplace. Sarah?
I think we just have to start bragging more about what we have. It's I think, we discussed yesterday, we do so good with ringing a bell and making everything at the gym stop and, pay attention to that one kid that got something new. Everyone stops. Someone take a phone, take a video, send it to the marketing, let's post it out the next day. I think that this is the best way to market. When it's out there and you know that your kid did something new, you're gonna want that proof. Oh, look what she did yesterday. Oh, where was that? That excites. It's not putting anyone else down, not doing all this crazy stuff, but be proud of what we do here. So do more of,
It's kind of like how we do for the torch. When someone gets the torch, they get a picture and they get posts, and we should do the same thing for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who got new skills of the week? Who
Lori, add that to your checker responsibility. Lori has a sticker and a post.
Okay, ring the bell. Okay, now go do it.
You gotta do it again. Sorry.
I'm sure someone has an old iPhone that doesn't use, we just need it. Have it here, just film it, and every
Yeah, I have a.
And parents would love to see that, especially the kids with the tumble class, because they they're not
And a lot of kids get dropped off.
Yeah, they don't get to see it, and it's so nice when you have a video and you're like, oh my god, look what my kid did yesterday.
Yeah.
You get the exclamation point in the background, you get all of that.
And here's my question, when we post the torch, I know we posted on our Facebook, for the cheer Facebook or whatever,
It's all across.
it's all across, but is that because, and I'm trying to learn this Twitter thing, that's only gonna catch some parents. What is going to ignite kids wanting to follow us? You know what I mean? Would it be fun, do you post that to show a kid getting a torch, or have them post the torch? We started talking about that at one point, having them post themselves doing, with a torch, their torch somewhere crazy, somewhere for the week, post something, sleeping with it, or doing, I don't know.
I think as far as trying to attract kids, if I was an athlete and I saw a torch, oh cool, there's a torch. But if I saw someone doing, oh my god, they're doing a double full, that's really cool. I want to follow them, see what they're doing. All that stuff is happy and fun and cool, but
it's more
kids really, they'll get that experience, but I would be more attracted to a really great coach or a really awesome skill that I saw or whatever. So we should film
fun times.
really great skills and coaches doing amazing things and spotting and things like that.
Or Sydney walking out in her stunt.
Yeah.
What?
What's your dog?
Okay, right.
Oh,
Say,
in
go
the
back.
pit when we did not know what we were doing.
Oh, damn.
As soon as they go back to recruiting, another place that could start is like PE accounts. I have a spiel that I go through at the end of every PE account when I'm handing out a sticker. Because 9 times out of 10 you have kids in that class that are, well, I got a best, or I go to this gymnastics, or I try here. I always say, if you already cheer somewhere and you already do gymnastics somewhere, great. We're not trying to pull you to leave there, come here. We're trying to make sure everybody is involved and they all understand what activities we offer. Talk about birthday parties and all this stuff, the Ninja Warrior Wall. Like, I make our spring floors sound like it's the coolest thing in the world. Like, the whole floor is covered in springs. There's a foam mat carpet on top of it. Kids are like, oh my God. And like also, when you have kids that already go to the gym that are in those classes and you're having fun with them and finding them on stuff that they do here, their friends see that, like, I want to do that too. So I like you said, Allison, about how, like, we kind of think recruiting is kind of like a negative thing because we're taking from other gyms. We're really trying to find kids that aren't part of anything right now. I think the PE accounts are the best place to pull from that because I've had kids in tumbling classes like, Coach Ryan, I'm like, hey, how's it going? I don't remember who this kid is ever. Like, I go to this so much. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I had PE, da da da. So I think that's a good place to really talk to them. And like I said, I have, as part of my spiel, we're not trying to take you from where you're from.
Yeah.
Because kids will go tell their coaches, this coach from Society was there and he told me to leave that gym. No, we didn't.
Yeah.
We told you to, if you're happy where you're at, great. We're just getting all the information out. For all the kids that don't do anything, we want everyone to be actively involved in all of it.
Well, and a lot of times when someone tells them, the kids will tell me that, they kind of test you out. Oh, I go to this or that. I always go, that's a great
Oh,
gym.
great, yeah.
That's a great gym. That's awesome. And they kind of look at you like, you're not supposed to like them. I'm like, that's a great gym. I'm friends with so-and-so there. And they just look at you like you have taken poison.
This is going upstairs. I do with social media. I feel like you could like get big. If you did like, you could have the kids do like hashtag Excite Skill of the Week or something, and like post a video of them doing like a stunt or a pass or something. And like at the end of the week, like one of them could be featured like on the Excite Instagram page or something. I feel like they would like that because like he was saying yesterday, like they like to compete and stuff, and like that'd be like actual videos for you to watch, and like everyone thinks like it could be around my hands and they're like, oh my god, that's so cool, like. So I feel like that'd be a good way to get people's attention.
I think so too. And I think that with our summer college interns here, we're going to have them start our whole social media campaign. Because y'all are way better at it. Okay.
Those got weird followers.
Cause I just know like on Instagram it has like the explore page and like when I go through, I don't know if y'all do this, but like being a cheer coach, I know you don't really. But as I just look through it, sometimes it like pops up and it's like a picture of a whiteboard and it says the person's name and it says the skill they got that day and it shows them with the board and then it shows them doing the skill like side by side. So I think that'd be something cool to do because like as I'm scrolling, that's what I'm seeing on my explore page. I click on it and it shows, oh, Twist and Shout posted it or whatever. So that could be something to do because I know a lot of those kids look through the Explorer page anyways.
Yeah.
And that's where they're gonna find Excite.
Okay, awesome. Good.
I know something like going off of that, like I can't remember what gym it was, but it was like that and they got to hold up a little sign, but then they also got to write their name on like a little star or something and got to put it on the wall. So
Yeah,
it was like the backhand screens, it was like, so they all got to put their names under each screen, so then it's like,
Like
you're not just ringing the bell, you're not just getting a star for that day, you're getting your name on the wall and everyone's gonna know that school now.
Yeah.
And each wall have that person.
We'll figure it out. This whole wall doesn't have anything.
Don't get some mirrors.
Well, and we did have that for every time they got promoted. I don't know who was here with me back when that all went on. We used to put up the stars and stuff, and we took the wall space away. But I love that idea because kids need to be recognized on an ongoing basis. Okay, Cindy.
Going along with all that, I think privates are really good to be posted because I know whenever Charles and Wickham post Jackie doing stuff in privates, I'm always watching it. Because I think I think people are more drawn to seeing a video of something like on Instagram and stuff as to like pictures because the pictures are more based for like the parents that see it. They're like, oh, where's my kid? Like I want to find my kid. But with videos, I think that everybody wants to watch it because I know when I scroll Instagram, I only watch videos.
I think that's all right.
Did you say scroll or troll?
Excite,
Troll
personal
stuff.
Instagram, it should go through Excite. So when you have it, you should send it to whoever does the Instagram, and they do it.
Okay, all right, so this is so good, guys, because like Billy like triggered something
I
I
think
didn't realize.
too, I know that like our marketing, y'all do a lot. I think that we have the right intentions and it's all great, but the level of it needs to just be upped. So like some of the quality of the pictures just need to be
That too, yeah.
stronger, so it's a little bit better to look at, more visually appealing. I don't know, like sometimes it's like a blurry picture of like something, something. I don't know. I'm just talking about.
So, and that's where we all have to help
So,
supply
yeah.
that picture.
Yeah, I think
Lori? I'm kidding. Lori's gonna be camera ready the whole.
I was gonna get her helmet with like
I know
GoPro.
Snapchat's like really big right now, and I think it'd be
GoPro.
really cool. I don't know if we have a gym Snapchat, but like if we had like a gym Snapchat and like all the kids would follow it, parents could follow it. So like if parents can't make it to like
Camp.
yeah,
That'd be perfect for
it'd be
camp.
perfect for camp. Or if parents
That would be
couldn't make
really
it to
fun.
like couple classes, they could kind of do like some short films of like kids doing like their like when they start warming up and stuff like that, so they can see that like what they're kind of doing. Like I think it'd be really cool because like any coach can kind of like log onto it on someone's phone and just like
And
literally
they're
film the whole
of
entire
like,
gym
I
for
don't know
5
what
minutes.
team it is, but it's
Just
like a
put it
team
on their
where
story.
back
Like,
walkovers are all
parents can
together,
see it.
like standing
And
clean
it
with
would
them.
be-
It's
I
so
like
good for like a Snapchat story.
Yeah.
Like I think that'd be so cool.
I like that a lot because I think we've got to get
Different
instead of
kids
just
take
the
it
posed
Snapchat.
picture that's more for the parents.
And anyone
You know.
can have that. Like it wouldn't just have to be like site members. Like their friends can add it and watch.
Anybody?
Yeah, we can put like the ID, you know how like a person just like taps
Yeah.
their phone, like we can put it like on the front door of like.
Oh
Yeah.
So like parents can just add
So
it
you
as
can
they're
just like
walking
tap
in.
your phone and they can add it.
On their way in.
Got my crew.
There's
There's my
There's
crew.
your interns.
There's my interns.
We'll
Make
send
sure
them
the person
free.
that's in charge. Oh, I'm logging the wrong one and now
Whoever wants to be part of the social media intern crowd, I'm putting you on the schedule for
Chelsea,
meetings.
what?
I was just
Okay.
gonna
You need to have more than one person
Chelsea was
dedicated to
like,
it. And I know this personally from the preschool I work at. I try and do it by myself and I can't. I miss so much in every class. Because I'm only one person. I can't be in every class at the same time.
Right.
So you definitely have to dedicate more than one person to do this.
Yeah, kind of just like a couple
And make
like,
it work right.
like if we're not working on a certain day, like just tell like one of like the junior staffers like, hey, come up, use the preschool iPod, log into the Snapchat, take some pictures, and then like give them to John so he can post, or
And we
like
can,
whoever
like,
does the posting.
Take videos of like the kids playing fun games and like
Yeah.
seeing how much fun they're
Okay.
having.
So then like
On
we
the
can go
campus.
all around the gym. We can get gymnastics, cheer, preschool classes, like tumble classes, all in one day instead of like each individual coach like taking like 2 pictures with their spare time. Then like
Okay.
there's an extra person around.
I love this. This is perfect. This is really good. Yeah.
A way to delegate that, so that way it wouldn't just be one person. Everyone knows I love the DOS Cowboy cheerleaders. So I follow them on Instagram, and when they went on their big trip to Mexico for their calendar photo shoot, it would be like, DCC Chanel is running our Snapchat story today, so be sure to follow her. And look, so like that whole day, like it was Chanel, and then the next day it was follow Kelly. Kelly's doing it today, so the next day was Kelly. So like when we're at camp, it would be like, Coach Allison is on Thursday. Can't wait to see what she does at camp. Coach Blake is on Friday. Let's see what he does on Friday night.
That's awesome. I love that idea. Okay, everybody keep these ideas. We've got good ones. Let's put them together. All right.
There needs to be some training.
This is, I know, I need to have a special, I'm gonna pay for a private.
Social media private.
All right, so let's go over, our speaker's coming about 2, so we'll kind of go quickly through what we can, what's the question? What's kind of what we could do to maybe hurt our image unintentionally, because I know nobody's trying to hurt it, but maybe things that you know, everybody's got a different bar to what they think is good, bad, in everything you do, so this kind of tells us what might be perceived as bad, and then we'll go through and we'll let everybody kind of go to the restroom, clean up her chicken, whatever, and then she should be here about 2. And the good thing is like, I'll tell that later. Okay, go.
Okay. One of ours is spreading rumors or gossip, or I said like not stopping it. So if you hear someone saying it, trying to stop it completely, not letting it happen with kids. Creating athletes or kids. Bad attitudes. Walking into work with bad attitude is not going to be.
What was the second one?
degrading athletes.
Degrading.
Place it creative.
I thought you said creating.
Degrading.
Creating.
Negative social media posts, that's from us or from parents, and not stopping or not telling them like what's acceptable. Staff not being presentable. Poor customer service, that's in the front or on the floor, anywhere completely. Really? Unkept facility, so just making sure all the mats are put away and it just looks good, especially like from the lobby. Like we always say, we want to look good whenever we're doing stuff. We don't want to be like arms crossed and look pissed off. We want to make sure the gym looks good too. Just always cleaning up after yourself. Poor communication skills or interactions. Jessica was kind of talking about this one because she said that sometimes during camps, for summer camps, that the parent or the junior staff has to go talk to the parents after. Just kind of knowing how to talk to them, or what to say, what not to say, and how to say things. Not being involved with community, just getting our name out there, and if we wouldn't, that'd be not so great. And non-committal, just overall, just not being committed as a staff, not being a committed person, like just being here just for a paycheck or just a job.
Very good. 2 claps for group 1. Woo! I'm now in order. I love stuff like that. All right, group 2.
We have a lot of the same ones. We said talking negatively, venting in front of athletes, so that's just kind of like keeping your personal problems like out of the gym. Bad social media, your appearance when you're at work, like make sure you don't look like you just rolled out of bed. Your body language at work, like I mean, I know Laura tells us about like not to cross our arms when we're coaching, so that just like looks bad. And then like don't only focus on what's wrong. Like how he was saying, like positive reinforcement, like oh like that was better that time, like your chest was up, whatever. And then attendance, like be on time obviously.
That was for you, Jackie.
And part of that too is if you miss classes, then people complain about not having coaches.
And like come prepared, like don't show up like with, you know, you're not in your clothes, like you don't have like a plan for practice. Watch your tone and sarcasm, and then watch your composure in and out of the gym.
Very good. Good. 2 claps for group 2. Group 3.
Who is it?
What?
Who is making the clap afterwards?
Donnie. Donald over here.
Wow, way to negatively impact the gym and what we're trying to do, Don.
But your
Way to
first
go,
time's
Leo.
on time. Your second clap's just a little late though. It's a positive reinforcement.
But we know you believe in you. You can do it. All right.
You can do better, Donnie. You can do better.
All right, group 3.
Okay, so we said wearing an Excite shirt in a bad situation, like if you're out like at a party and like wearing an Excite shirt, like and like you see
Don't wear it.
to be presentable when you wear
Don't black
those
out.
graduation parties, you're wearing your Excite shirt. Like, you don't want to be in that situation where like you see a person wearing an Excite shirt doing something like bad. We said talking negatively about your competition or former teammates. We just want to make sure that we're like in sports about everything and just like being positive. And we also said like looking like you don't care, like just like your like appearance in the gym, like always looking happy. And we also said bringing your problems into the gym. So like
Don't.
yeah, just like don't bring your problems into the gym. Overselling or with students or parents. And then we said favoritism. Don't be the person who just clocks in and clocks out. Like always try to like exceed while you're working. Like always be like upbeat. Like don't just come into work just to come into work. Like if you're passionate about this, like make sure of it. And then we also said not promoting the gym like
When you can.
when you can. Like always like post positively about Excite. And then we also said don't post negative issues on social media. And like if you have a bad practice, like don't tweet about it. Like because there definitely have been like happenings with that. Like a couple of years ago, like I even did it, and like I should not have done that. So don't thanks. Yeah, just like don't post about it when you have a bad practice.
It's kind of like you don't bring your problems from home or from anywhere to Excite. You don't take your problems or anything from Excite out there. If there's a problem, if there's something, you keep it inside. Like even if it's your friend, even if it's your, I don't know, husband doesn't work for you, like whatever, you don't speak negatively about it.
No, I agree, because
You solve everything here.
it can feel like the cheer world or the gymnastic world or whatever, but you never know how somebody's gonna take that little bit of information and make it balloon.
You get called out in front of everybody?
Better rein her in.
You work here, so I can talk.
I like that she said that works for you, so you. All right, 2 claps for group 3. 4.
We said talking bad about other gyms, and talking about athletes to parents that don't belong to those athletes.
Yes.
Other people's parents shouldn't hear about other kids, that's fine. Oversharing information, so kind of just like that, like not telling everybody things that they don't need to know, keeping it with the people who need to know. Sharing inappropriate things on social media, and cussing on social media, just remembering that you always have like kids look up to you, and if they see them, they're not mad. That's not good. Making yelling a habit, yelling at kids habitually. Being unrealistic with goals for the kids, telling them that they can get that back in swing the first day that they come whenever they can't hold their body weight up.
And mom's wondering why 3 months later she doesn't have it.
Yeah, just being honest. And we said miscommunications with coaches and parents, just like having inconsistencies with your information, and if Ryan tells them that a tumble one is this, and then I say a tumble one is this, and then Donnie doesn't know what tumble one is, like that looks bad on
I just updated the board. I updated the board last week by the check.
Thank you, by the way, I saw that.
2 claps for Charles!
I did. I had 30 minutes off, and I was like, Chelsea, give me those marks.
Should have done it in Sharpie.
And then the last one was pushing your own agenda instead of Excite's agenda. And pushing things because you want it and not because it's what's best for them.
Very good. 2 claps, group 4. Group 5.